Tell me the story about how you were able to come in and actually help scale the business to seven figures.
When I started, the whole business was on 3x5 cards, notebooks, and there was no computer systems, there was no internal structure. For me, I think one of the biggest shifts that I did is me in an accounting background. The first thing I did is I wanted to look at the finances. What kind of money we making, what's coming in, what's going out, and what kind of shifts can we do for the company. When I started looking at the books, I saw a lot of funds going toward marketing and expansion, but for a business that wasn't prepared for market expansion. One of my first big moves when I came on is I slashed the marketing budget. I told the owner that really the best thing to do right now is not really to promote the business, but to structure the business and get it prepared. Most guys, when they go on their entrepreneurial journey, they jump in and they start something from scratch. So you have that benefit of let's create a CRM system, ERP, structure, your standards and your policies. I came into a company where none of that was created, but they were running. The customers were there. I had to take a look at it and say, okay, do we want to keep growing? It's the confusion, the structure. Are we ready for going from several 100,000 to millions? And so the larger part of the beginning of my career was focusing on the financial aspect, and I moved a lot of money out of promoting the business and structuring the business. So I implemented our first CRM system, getting our customer service representatives, how can we streamline communication? And that's where we're doing texting customers, calling customers, multiple channels, and analyzing the customers that are coming in. Why are they coming in? I was big into that, especially as we started, was just creating the software and the processes that could maintain growth. And it's a continual journey. Even today, we have our CRM, we have our ERP system per se, policies and standards. Something I'm implementing right now as we speak, as we're doing seven figures, is task software. Implementing software that manages task flow through the business as we grow. So it's a never ending thing. But for me, focusing on creating the structure for the business and almost like futuristically thinking, all right, this business is going to do 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9 million a year. What do we need to do now to sustain that? And I don't know, maybe just having employees think that way and myself thinking that way helped the business just naturally start moving that way quickly. But yeah.
So do you think, because we've got CEOs watching this, and there's probably similarities between your experience and theirs, where they come into a business that's already got its own culture, its own way of doing things, and then they have to come in there and put systems in place and help scale it. Do you feel like that's the best way to scale, is you create systems and processes and then you start pouring money into the marketing and everything?
It depends what the business is like when they come on.
Yeah.
Some businesses at large are already focusing in those areas. The situation I was in, it was not. I had no choice but to focus on streamlining. But I love operational efficiency. I like it. It makes it easier, I will say. Growing something that is broken or is not clean, it doesn't get simpler, okay? The more you grow, a very easy business can become very complicated. So I would say if you're confused on how communication runs or whose job does what and do you handle this or when does it go here, if you're not answering those questions at 1 million, you're going to be really a lot worse off if you go to 10. So for me, I like simplicity. We're a service industry. It's not a hard business. It's a very simple business. You can make a simple business very complex. Trying to keep that at the forefront and making sure communication is strong is helping us across the board, even on the customer side. A lot of people would argue that as you grow, you lose that the fear of losing your customer relationships that you have and develop through being that small business that can focus on each and every need. And I feel like as we've grown, we've actually been able to expand in those areas.